I promise to answer all your questions. Is carding alive? Yes, it's alive. 100,000 people do it worldwide. If you were telling this in American court, they would laugh and shake these handcuffs. 2 years ago I had a legal job. Or better learn English beforehand. Well, classics. Hello my friend, today is a new episode. You keep asking me in the comments if carding is still alive. So I say, yes it is. Today we welcome an acting carder, a person who teaches carders. We will talk about carding and cybercrimes from my side, how it used to be, I'm out of business for more than 10 years, and how it looks like nowadays. So meet our today's guest, also known as Sergey PP in the internet. Let's begin. So, Sergey PP, let's answer the most frequent question from our followers. Is carding alive? Second, what do you do in carding? Why are you wearing a mask? And why have you come here? Yes, it's alive. 100,000 people do it worldwide, in various directions. Just like 10 years ago, and their number is growing. I make own contribution to it. Look, I quit carding. Let's define the word itself. These are banking cards frauds. There is a strict division in the world of cybercriminality. There are hackers who hack banks to steal bank accounts, Facebook accounts, dumps of cards and so on. And there are carders. They are crooks. It comes from the word card, namely banking one. Carders are those who fraud money from your banking accounts, cards, using the data received from hackers. In my time, there were mainstreams of carding. Merchandise carding, when you steal a credit card's track to data, namely its number, its expiration date, CVV code, and buy something in a Western internet shop. Another business was a real plastic, when using dumps, track to data from magnetic stripe of a card. You make a duplicate of the card to make purchases in real shops, supermarkets. There were drops, special people with fake cardholder documents when shopping for you. There were also dumps with pins. That was a piece of cake. You come to an ATM and withdraw money. There was another direction, it only started at that time. Oh, spam has always been. And money theft from banking accounts. These were mainstreams of carding that I've witnessed and that were hot 10 years ago. What's the hottest topic for today? Half of those are still alive. Merchandise carding is still here, never gone away. People keep purchasing stuff from stolen cards to their drops and so on. My main area of work is tricks with banking accounts from USA. It's very easy to steal money from them. You either transfer funds to a newly opened account or through, let's say, middle services. Where do you take banking accounts? From hackers or carders? They are stolen just like 10 years before, either by password generator or using human frailty to set the same password everywhere. Then, if we get a database of logins and passwords from one service, we may reach a banking account using the same password. That's it, you may move on. So you mean hackers can crack a forum, or let's say Facebook, which data are constantly leaked in the internet. Then there is a probability that my Facebook's login and passcode would be the same for my banking account. Maybe yes. Okay, you have my login and password, but you don't know what bank do I use for keeping money. Do you try then to match the login and passwords with all banks of the world? No, this database of logins and passwords is being uploaded to a software, a certain program for a bank, separate program for a separate bank. This may be a program for Chase Bank, Bank of America, and maybe your login and password will match in any of the banks. This login and password may be used for registering in an app, payment service, PayPal, Venom, or any other US payment system if you live there. There are thousands of such services, and their number keeps growing. So you may use my account in AliExpress or link it to my mobile and transfer money to my account from a stolen one, and then move the money out. Exactly. That's what we do. So every day you steal money from the accounts of innocent Americans. Okay, what sums are we talking about? Tens, maybe $100,000 daily. So how many Americans can you rob for one day? It's possible to process 10-20 banking accounts for one day. Each of them may have from a couple of thousands until $100,000. Okay, this is just one of your activities. Why do you use Sergey PP nickname? PP has always been PayPal's definition. I've started with this payment system. As I came to coding, I began to work namely with this system. This gave me this nick. However, I don't work with it close anymore. The nick stays with me. Out of all carding activities, PayPal is the only one that passed me by. Please tell me, what do you do with someone's PayPal wallet today? This is the most popular direction today. Masses deal with this direction. Nearly 50% of all carders work with this system. They love it because it's simple. For so many years, they haven't invented a proper security. They have it, although it's not good enough to cut off all fraudulent transactions. So if a carder gets someone's PayPal account, he processes it first, only then banking account and so on. What do? The same merchandise carding. More than 80 million shops work with PayPal worldwide. Is it easier to make purchase from PayPal rather than from a credit card? Yes, PayPal doesn't have a strict verification. It doesn't have zip verification. Security system is weaker if we compare with credit cards. More than 200 million people use it worldwide, so they try to make it easy to use. If it's complicated, no one will use it. What other carding directions are actual nowadays? These are logs. What are logs? These are all data from your computer. For instance, you download a program that allegedly should improve your RAM performance, but it contains a virus that sends to the owner of it all data from your computer. Like a keylogger, you mean, yeah? Right. Cookies, passwords, desktop files, and so on. This is one of the most profitable directions in terms of carders' work. If many users download your program, you may earn a lot of money. So first you need to lure a user to install the spy program that will steal all the data. Because if you distribute the program by emailing, no one will download it. There are tens and hundreds of ways how to lure a user to a website. Personally, I can tell you a dozen, pop-ups and so on. But to make him open the executable file is very hard. There are smart guys who mask them as doc files, PDF and so on. But this service costs several $1,000s. And personally, I don't know such masters. But I heard there are some. Then what advice can you give to our law-obedient viewers? Don't download untrusted file from the internet. Where do you take logs? Usually they are sold by distributors of the infected soft. You also may buy the virus. You mean buy the infected soft and distribute it by yourselves. However, this is a criminal act in Russian Federation. Distribution of harmful soft? Yes, and no matter in what country do you distribute it. This is the only direction I don't advise to work in. You may steal dozens, $1,000s from US citizens monthly, but if police detect the program on your computer, you are in jail in Russia. How much do logs cost, and is it easy to find them? It's not a problem to find them. There are more than 10 big shops, and their cost varies between $5 and $20–30. For one log, yes. What determines its cost? Availability of needed links. A log with PayPal will cost around $10. A log containing blockchain may be sold for $30, because most likely there is money in it, and it will be easy to move it out. Normally they don't sell them at all. People who steal logs, you mean hackers, they do it themselves, or they have a crew who process the most valuable information. And the simplest log with all data of an average American costs a couple of bucks. A couple of bucks. And you have a full access to his social and maybe banking accounts. And what's the price of logs with banking information? Access to bank accounts, not touching PayPal and e-gold. $15. How did you get to carding? Occasionally. I needed to block someone on vk.ru. I was advised a website. I've never dealt with anything like that. And while surfing the page, I noticed an ad about one big carding forum. I got interested in it. At that time I worked as a shop assistant, sold clothes, and I saw some stuff on that forum, but twice cheaper. That interested me. I started learning the topic, and a couple of weeks later I made my first frauds. How long ago did it happen? Just 2 years ago. 2 years ago I had a legal job. Legal. Your mask doesn't hide your whole face. Moreover, it's easy to Google Sergey PP. You even have an Instagram page. Why are you so careless towards your security? I cannot understand you. I don't violate Russian law and the laws of the countries where I can be extradited from Russia. I mean CIS countries. And my moral principles don't let me work in Slavic countries. With Poland, for instance. I work little with Europe, mostly with the USA. This is a mistake. All my carding colleagues are jailed upon request of the USA. Europeans don't give a shit if you steal something, but Americans don't forgive. If you steal a big amount there, let's say from $500,000, and they indicate you, they will find and send you to prison even after 10 or 20 years. How do you travel abroad? I'm traveling abroad, even to European countries, and I have no problems. Maybe they just don't know about me. I'm a new person in this sphere. And to prove that it was me who made the crime, not someone else sitting behind my computer or registered on my passport. It's very easy to register internet service on someone else's passport. This is one of anonymizing tools, not to register internet on your name. If you were telling this in American court, they would laugh and shake these handcuffs. This is a gift from America, by the way. They would laugh at you. Yes, just a coincidence that someone from your home computer did it, but not you, of course. We do understand you, but please, serve a 20-year term. There is an illusion, especially when you find yourselves behind the bars, especially in the USA. So don't play fool with the Americans. Don't rely on justice. There is lawlessness everywhere, especially in the States. And if you steal something there, they will punish you, whether by law or without. So the position, they don't have direct evidences against me, they won't prove anything, it is fatal. It leads to very sad consequences. Because not a single court in any country considers only one evidence. So be careful. You comfort yourselves that you don't violate Russian law, but you've violated hundreds of American ones, so don't be surprised. Or better learn English beforehand. It will be useful while explaining in court. I'm dead serious. Travel cautiously, very cautiously. What are prices today, and is it easy to find stolen credit cards in the internet? It's easy to find. There are shops that sell them, mostly at retail. Prices from $5 to $50, let's say. Europe is more expensive, USA is cheaper, Asia, in the middle, not expensive. $10–15 is an average price. When I used to be an active cybercriminal, the biggest carding forum had 6,000 users. Now there are forums with more than 200,000 participants. I mean, are there more cybercriminals in CIS countries nowadays? Far more, of course, in comparison with your times. Tens, hundreds thousand. The biggest carding forum has more than 100,000 users. Do you visit carding forums? I started there, then moved to Telegram, so I don't visit anymore, no need. Everything you need, all distributors are in Telegram. What gives you best profit? Mobile applications. What applications do you develop? I use them as mediators between their banks and my bank. Do you mean you transfer money from someone's banking account or PayPal wallet into a certain mobile app and later move the funds to your card or your banking account? To a banking account registered on an American citizen that can be easily cashed out later. The apps are cool because they are simple. They don't have the two-factor authentication, some other means of protection that are used on websites, like IP checking of your city, state and so on. Everything is far simpler. Are there many carders digging into this direction by moving others' money through mobile apps? There are some. I try to promote this direction, let's say so, because it's simple. It is, but won't your interests suffer if tomorrow there are thousands of other swindlers start doing it? Of course they will. That's why I don't attract thousands to it. It's good for you that every day there are new mobile apps released that deal with finances. Please give us some advices for any CIS citizen to keep his or her money safe and protect from frauds. Surely connect the two-factor authentication to your banking accounts. Use SMS push notifications. Many Americans would have noticed their money were moved out should they had the service connected. Also set different and complicated passwords. If you have one password for all services, it can be easily revealed and used for frauds. So first, different passwords for different services, right? Second, complicated passwords. And third, SMS notifications about all operations with your card and account. Right. What financial organizations and structures nowadays suffer most from the carding business? Banks suffer most. Mostly they bear the financial responsibility for the stolen funds. The first authority that deals with complaints from suffered account owner is the bank. And I don't think any other apps and services will be responsible for stolen money. What about eBay, PayPal? PayPal compensates stolen money, by the way. They have own system of insurance. Let's say so. Let's name it insurance. So let's imagine that someone stole money from my PayPal. PayPal will return it to you at own expense. Is it a fact? Yep. For the 2 years you are in coding, what was your biggest monthly income? 1.5 million rubles. This is around $20,000 for 1 month. What are your average earnings? Million. I don't count that religiously, I just know approximately. What about other coders you know or communicate? Are there coding superstars who earn more than $100,000 monthly? Someone earns way more. Because if you work, you keep developing, and you're able to do much more. So there are lads who can steal more than $100,000 for a month. The only limit is time. It takes a bit to process payments in the USA. How many coding forums exist in the CIS? Maybe 7, I guess, with more than 2,000 users. The biggest one has 100,000, right? The biggest, yes. Are any of them trustworthy, or they all are grifter and controlled by cops? No. Scam is the method of earning for thousands of people. This is tricking other coders. They make money on everything. They will sell you for a couple of dollars, for everything. There are many scammers, this is the plague of modern coding. You are likely to be cheated in coding very soon, especially in Telegram. It's the matter of a couple of minutes to create a Telegram account. My fellow wrote me a week ago, I want to buy an iPhone in Telegram for 40%. No, it was 30 or maybe even 20% discount. I reply him, are you insane? Buy in video using my cashback, it will return me a couple of percent. Video or Eldorado, I buy electronics there. Why should I need those lotteries? He didn't listen to me, but writes me in an hour. Oh, he told before. There are so good feedbacks about the seller. Where did he find the feedbacks in Telegram? Maybe some screenshots? As a result, he was cheated within an hour. He called to his bank, Rocket Bank, but they told that there was a non-cancelable payment. That's it. How much money do you need to stop and quit carding? $1 million and I quit carding. $1 million, yeah? What would you do with it? Do you have plans for this million? I want a house, like every normal person, an expensive car, and a cottage somewhere in Cuba. Further, it is more, changing Ferrari for Porsche, in apartments with a red square view, yeah? Do you imagine once you can find yourselves behind bars? I guess. How do you protect information on your computer? And do you use any methods of anonymity? Just like anyone, these are anti-detect browser, which alters your geolocation and so on, and VPN, just like everyone. Do you encrypt your information, like TrueCrypt or VeroCrypt? Nope, someone uses it, I don't. I don't have a persecution complex. It's easier to flush my hard disk in toilet than to wait until police decrypt it. Belarusians that would watch the interview will go crazy. A step aside and considered as a crime there. I've served 10 years. Initially they wanted me to serve 16. First 6, second term was 10 years. What was the article? This is an article from 6 till 15 years, stealing using computer techniques. It doesn't matter who is the victim, no matter at all. And the amount, doesn't it matter? Particularly large amount it was. But for your information, particularly large amount in Belarus starts from $12,000. In comparison, here it starts from $25,000. So the sum is laughable. As a result, any Belarusian cybercriminal falls under the particularly large amount. They won't steal $1, so he is penalized according to the article that presupposes from 6 till 15 years in prison. There is no condition in the crime code if you steal from Russians or not. I've never stolen anything in Belarus. I did it in the USA and Western Europe, mostly in the USA. But the text of the article sounds like, being on the territory of the Republic of Belarus, he stole from that citizen or that bank some thousands or millions dollars. That's it, here is the text. Being on the territory of the Republic of Belarus, he did a crime, and you shouldn't have victims from Belarus or Russia to go to prison. I'm very surprised that Russians are so careless. Amazed of how easy do you work nowadays. It was really enlightening. Let's have a short flash quiz now. 5 questions and answers. Tell me about your family. Who are your parents? Do they know about your job? And does your girlfriend, if you have, know about it? My friends know, my parents don't. What is your hobby? I don't have spare time for another hobby. Of course, I love to travel. Once a month I go somewhere. Abroad? Sometimes abroad, more often it's like today I'm in Moscow, chilling. Do you do sports? I want. I have so little time. What's your favorite movie? Great Gatsby. By Francis Scott Fitzgerald. Why this? Just like it. I like Leonardo DiCaprio. Favorite book? The Lord of the Rings, Tolkien. And the last question for today. How much money do you need to feel happy? I have enough already. I'm happy. Okay, what is happiness for you? My friends, my healthy family, like for any normal man. I haven't changed since I started doing this. But now I have an opportunity to help my grandmother do other stuff. I can come and give her the amount that used to be my monthly salary before. And I feel nice inside, that I'm able to do it. And I have no remorse, as many may think. Don't you think once karma will reach you, and you will have to take responsibility for everything, maybe not by law, but by the Lord's will? I'm an honorable man. Here. I guess I'll compensate everything. Such an interesting guest we had today, my friends. He even made me think over some stuff. He made me surprised how it is so easy in Russia, and what numbers they estimate, far bigger than in my times. Sergey PP told an amazing story today. I wish you to treat the episode seriously. He wasn't arrested. Maybe his uncle is the chief prosecutor in his town. I won't rule this out. I wouldn't behave so reckless towards my security as a person who has served 10 years. I wish you to do legal business. He is lucky to avoid punishment for 2 years. I have been lucky for 5 or more years. But one day they came to arrest me, and I spent in prison 10 years. This was awful and difficult. Treat the episode as an informational one, and do legal business. I believe my followers and subscribers are able to do more than just cybercriminal. But if you chose the dark path, I advise you to earn some money and invest it somewhere and quit. Okay, thanks a lot. It was a pleasure. Dear friends, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. Maybe the episode will seem to you like a fake one, but you see the characters are different. It's not the same one person. The characters are from different cities and even countries. They are sincere. So please subscribe, like the video, share it and write a comment. The more likes and subscribers we have, the higher our videos will be, and the bigger the channel will be together with me and you. We will come to big companies, worldwide ones, to talk to legal businessmen, politicians, top officers of police, drug lords and other influential people. Thanks for watching the video until the end. Best luck to everyone. Bye.